Can we get one more collective round of applause for all four of our Courageous Defender of Life Award recipients? Now I have the incredible honor and privilege to introduce to you someone you all know, Dr. Joe Pojman, Texas Alliance for Life's Executive Director. There are some notes here for me to read, but let me tell you about Dr. Joe. I mentioned earlier that I started in the Capitol long before I was elected in 1992. And I've had the great honor and privilege of watching how we got to where we are today. And that it's an incredible journey to realize where we started and where we are. You've heard it said here already because of the incredible work of men and women in this room. Let me tell you, the daily battle at the Capitol wears on you. But for years and years and years, I have had the privilege of working with Dr. Joe. First as a staffer, sitting in the office and strategizing, planning, talking, what are we going to do next? How is this going to work? And we started that years and years and years ago. Now as a member, I get to sit there and have the same conversations with him. What are we going to do next? How are we going to accomplish our goals? We started a long time ago, and we passed parental notification. Then we passed parental consent. And then we did definition of personhood. And then we did the funding. And here we are today with House Bill 2. It is absolutely no coincidence that we are as successful as we are because the men and women have the power of prayer behind them going to that building every day and making sure it gets done. Dr. Joe Pojman is one of those men I've had the honor and privilege of watching work that has helped get us to where we are today. He has been active in the pro-life movement and lobbying since 1987. He is the founder of the Texas Alliance for Life. We call him Doctor because he holds a PhD in aerospace engineering. Having worked at NASA, he is what you would call the rocket scientist. He and his wife Patrice live in Austin with their 4 children, and it gives me great honor to introduce you to Dr. Joe Pojman.
Thank you, Representative Gonzalez, and thanks to all of you. As you know, Texas Alliance for Life is an organization of people committed to protecting innocent human life from conception through natural death using peaceful legal means. We strive to build a culture of life through 3 means: education, public policy, and promoting compassionate alternatives. First, I want to introduce my staff and thank them. Lance Peterson, our Director of Financial Development; Aaron Blovelt, our staff attorney; Leah Brown, Communications Assistant; Deirdre Cooper, our Public Policy Assistant; Ann Sterling, our Administrative Assistant; and Nicolay Stockman, our Financial Development Assistant. And I want to thank our board again. If you all could stand, our board of directors, my bosses, if we can get them some credit too. Texas Alliance for Life, we began as well, 2013 marks the 25th anniversary of this organization, 25th anniversary of our conception. We began as a local organization, and now we're celebrating 25 years. Now we have grown to be a statewide presence. And for the last 25 years have been 25 years of successes. We have, by the way, we have a statewide presence of 210 or 215,000 identified pro-life households on our mailing list across the state. We've reached 50,000 Facebook likes. And come and visit us at our new office in Northeast Austin on 183 in Rutherford. The last 25 years have been 25 years of successes. We want to claim no credit for all of the success. Absolutely not. Quite the opposite. Rather, they are the result of many organizations and churches and many thousands of grassroots pro-lifers. But we do claim a significant role in each of the things I want to mention here briefly. First of all, as you can see, we put on the Texas Rally for Life. It's a bunch of organizations across the state that put it on, but somebody's got to organize it, and we've been doing it for 25 years. We have the Parental Notification Bill, as Representative Gonzalez mentioned, was first passed in 1999, and in 2005, one of our big initiatives was make that parental consent for abortions. Can you believe abortions on minor girls, 17 years and under, have plummeted 60%? The Prenatal Protection Act, passed 10 years ago, protects the unborn children in the mother's womb. It's now in Texas law. It protects those children from murder and assault. The baby in the mother's womb is protected the same as a newborn baby in the mother's arms. That baby is a person under Texas law. We have been working hard for about 8 years to promote adult, not embryonic stem cell research and treatments. This family, the oldest boy, was cured in Texas of sickle cell anemia using adult, not embryonic stem cell. And one of our jobs was to help bring them around the Capitol and educate our elected officials about that. The Choose Life license plate, passed in 2011, it promotes infant adoption as a compassionate alternative to abortion. It is now, the sales are really starting to take off. It's raised more than $50,000 to promote alternatives. The Sonogram Bill, passed in 2011. I call this the bill of the decade. And it has resulted, it just simply gives the woman a right to see the unborn child on the ultrasound machine and the right to hear the heartbeat and the right to see the doctor at least 24 hours before the abortion and ask questions about their health care. And by the way, I point out that was Texas Catholic Conference, who's represented right over here. We were working with them to get that done. And as a result, abortions have plummeted 11,500 from 2010 to 2012, a 15% drop. The legislature has defunded Planned Parenthood $29 of $31 million per year. No longer are our tax dollars going to promote abortion as a method of family planning, and as a result, 6 of Planned Parenthood's 14 abortion facilities in Texas have closed. Another one is about to be shuttered, we believe. Now, the legislature met in January during a regular session, and that session was 140 days, and there was actually a lot that was done. Every time we continue to defund Planned Parenthood, I score that as a victory, and that was huge. We increased funding the legislature increased funding for compassionate alternatives to abortion to up to $5 million per year, and reporting of adult and embryonic stem cell research. Now, all universities that do any of that research, public universities, have to report that to the legislature, so we can see how our tax dollars are going. And I'm willing to bet the research is going to be for adult, not embryonic stem cell research. Our job is to get people plugged in, and we had 4 pro-life lobby days where we invited people from all over Texas to come to Austin. We trained you, we gave you the talking points, we made you crack lobbyists for a day. And these people made appointments with their state senator and representatives or their staffers, and they actually got good lobbying done and gave us great intel for how that was working out. That was very successful, and we'll be doing that again next session. That was during the regular session. During the second special session, as you've heard, House Bill 2 was passed, and I won't go into too much of the details, but it has 4 major components. The Sonogram Bill was the bill of the decade. This is the bill of the century. So thank you, all you House members and senators who voted for this, the governor, lieutenant governor, and speaker. All of them working together got this done. Four major components. It is really going to increase safety standards for abortion facilities to where they should have been all these years. And we're hearing that doctors are not able to get hospital privileges. Why haven't they had that all along? Why have women been subjected to shabby treatment at these abortion facilities and letting them off the hook when similar facilities, outpatient ambulatory surgical centers, have had to abide by all those standards all these years? It also bans abortions after the 5th month of pregnancy. Can you imagine people advocating for abortion after the 5th month? Now it's banned. That bill is in court, and our attorney, our staff attorney, Aaron Blovell, has been monitoring that. That hearing was yesterday and today, and we should have a decision by Monday whether the federal judge here in Austin will strike it down or uphold it. Either way, it will go to New Orleans and be heard by the 5th Circuit Court of Appeals in coming months or weeks. When that bill was signed in July, we were invited to the signing ceremony, one of the greatest days of my life after getting married to my wife, Bea. I and some of my staff and Davida were on the right-hand side of this picture with the governor, and many of those people who were here were up there signing for that signing ceremony. It was quite a thrill. We got a picture with the governor, and that's always nice. And you know, Governor Perry, so much of what we have accomplished is because of Governor Perry. He's just been a fantastic governor. As I said, what we're trying to do is get people involved, and when House Bill 2 was being debated, there was so much interest across the state. All of us pro-lifers, we were getting it. We had to get involved. No one knew exactly what to do. We, Texas Alliance for Life, being based here right in Austin, and with my lobby staff, we were able to know what was going on and get that information out. We set up a Facebook page to just promote the bill, and in the week of the debate during the second special session, that Facebook page was visited 900,000 times. If it was pro-life, we were putting it up on there. Marches, prayer meetings, rallies, hearings, all that. We were posting on there so people could know what was going on, and they responded. As you saw from the media report, or those of you who were there, thousands of people came to the Capitol to reclaim the Capitol for protecting innocent human life. One of the things we did was help the author, Representative Laubenberg, and the sponsor, Senator Hager, and the governor, lieutenant governor, speakers' offices, and provide them with expert testimony, background information. We have a staff which is devoted to this, so we could help research this, where many of their staffs have a whole bunch of issues to do. So we're able to get them good information, hopefully at the right time. There were so many people there, and as a result of us and so many other groups promoting this, it was really good to see all of us on the same page of music. People did respond. We sent out tens of thousands of messages with email, on our website, Twitter, to get pro-lifers in the Capitol, and they responded. And the word got out, wear blue. We got hundreds of these t-shirts printed up. This is Thomas Imstadt, one of our board members and our social media genius, and Aaron, our staff attorney. We wanted to get these out so people could wear them, so the senators and representatives could see that. We posted on Facebook, come to the Capitol Rotunda at 5 o'clock and get your t-shirt, and those hundreds of them were gone in just 45 minutes. It was really good to see. Many, many people came to testify, and we wanted to help get their story out. So Thomas Umstead, our board member, arranged to have this live streamed. So we were videoing live while people could come to the Capitol and tell their story. Whether they were able to tell the legislature or not, they could tell their story, and it was broadcast out to the world on the internet. And that was very important for a lot of people who had come great distances to tell their story. In particular, many men and women who have experienced abortions and were here to stand up because abortion is not good for women and not good for babies and not good for families, and they wanted to tell their story. So we have posted those almost 200 of these videos on the internet. And if you Google or you go to the YouTube and type in Let Texas Speak, you will see those. It's fascinating to watch. Lieutenant Governor Dewhurst let us set up a war room of sorts in one of his rooms in the basement of the Capitol. It was a little dicey. We didn't know how the people in blue were going to respond. Thanks to DPS, Department of Public Safety. There were no incidences, but it was nice to be in a little safe room down in the Capitol when this bill was being debated on the last day in the Senate. We could do our Facebook and tweets from there. So we had a number of people, leaders, that we invited to join us in that little war room. At one point, we learned that the opponents of the bill were going to have this was like about 10 o'clock at night on that Friday night. We're going to have a rally in downtown Austin and leave the Capitol. So we're happy to tweet out to the world that if you oppose House Bill 2, there's going to be a rally opposing it. Texas Alliance for Life encourages each of you to leave the Capitol and go to that rally. And they did. After the bill passed, it was so great, it was so wonderful for us, bleary-eyed about midnight, to go out of the Capitol and get that picture on the north side with leaders from across the state. That was very, very nice to have that gratification, to know that we have all played a part in protecting these lives. And we hope, as this bill goes into effect, that abortions will continue to plummet, because our goal is that there should be no abortions in Texas. They're just not necessary. I want to thank everybody here for your support this evening, especially our Leadership Circle members. You have done so much. One of the things we learned is that in organizing all these people, it was a huge task, and a lot of people didn't really know where to go or where to park or where to get in line and so forth. So we are realizing that the next round, next session, we know that the opposition knows how to turn out people. We have to do the same, and we have to do that. So we realized we were actually understaffed to organize all those people. So we're looking in the future to be better prepared next session, because it's not just a few people that are turning out now, it's hundreds or thousands. But I do want to say that without your support, nothing is possible. But with your support, we can continue to make progress so that society here in Texas protects each and every innocent human life. Thank you.